you don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
Imagine Angel Reese bravely announcing on her podcast that she is creating a super squad in Chicago with her microphone in hand. Fast forward to today, and the Sky locker room is quiet, and no top free agents have taken the bait as elite players sign elsewhere. Chicago is obviously not as desirable as Reese had envisioned. But why?
NBA free agency is officially underway, Annie. So when you see these names and the options that the Sky have, what do you think that they're cooking up?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Angel and Camilla are very interesting pieces. And when you're talking about, getting the right players in here, there is intrigue when you have young core pieces like that, because you could be part of developing them and developing towards a title contending season. But the reality is the Sky are still very far from that. And so this year, the focus really has to be on getting players in who are going to bridge that gap between this season and next.
Is it the disarray in the front office that drives players away, the shoddy facilities that make a high school gym appear elite, or the fact that playing alongside the self-proclaimed star isn't as easy as it seems? Let's dissect this free agency catastrophe and determine whether Angel's halo is sliding as all-stars leaving for the Windy City, an ultimate rejection of Reese's recruitment. Are you prepared? Let's go.
City is obsessed with you.
I know. I love it
all
here.
the time.
It feels like Baltimore here. I love it here.
Kind of. A little bit, little DMV action. But Chicago is the number 3 market in the country.
Really?
It's New York, LA, and then Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, y'all have everything. I'm not gonna lie, y'all have everything here. Like, it's nothing here that I'm like, oh, I gotta go to a different city for it. Like, everything is here.
When Angel Reese boldly declared that he would create a great team in Chicago, free agency has arrived, and the stillness is deafening. Imagine her searching through texts, making calls, and even slipping into DMS, just to be met by echoes.
Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso, too, have brought relevance to this team that they've desperately needed in a time when, again, if not for them, they'd be completely irrelevant because of the product that they're putting on the floor.
And also make Chicago an attractive spot when you have Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso right there, two bigs that really shine in the...
You would assume that with all the star power available this offseason, Chicago would add at least one all-star. But as time went on, there was an overwhelming lack of celebration or signings, just an empty roster and innumerable questions.
So, lads, this is not great news, for the Chicago Sky, who are a team that obviously, look, they're rebuilding. This is a team that is 100% rebuilding. The problem is they don't own their pick. So, if the Chicago Sky run it back, they're probably not making the playoffs next year. Look, I think there's going to be an improvement from Angel Reese. I think it's going to be an improvement from Cardoso. But that team with no Kennedy Carter, it's going to be real tough to get any offensive power.
Let us dissect it. Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Joel Brittany Greer. How many teams even gave Alyssa Thomas and Kelsey Mitchell a chance? They are franchise-altering players who have the ability to make a team a contender overnight. Chicago's zero nada, no all-star free agent selected the Sky. Angel's attempt to attract him didn't simply fail. It backfired, leaving Chicago with nothing but lost chances and hypothetical scenarios.
So, not a good day for the Chicago Sky. Not a good day at all, because we have heard news from the journalist who reports on the WNBA, and because she is not a homer like a lot of the other people, like normally journalists are complete homers for one team. One of the actual credible journalists reported on something. Sky fans aren't happy. They all want her fired.
However, this is where things start to become really interesting, because the Sky front office isn't actually making things simpler. It seems like they are pushing talent away by not even making Kennedy Carter, their top scorer, a qualifying offer, and the botched trade negotiations just made matters worse.
Kennedy had an incredible season for us last year, says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and we'll make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free.
This is a brutal reality check for Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed star who is supposed to be Chicago's Pied Piper, leading a parade of all-stars to the Windy City. What went wrong? And why did they all pass on Chicago?
Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
As the genuine free agency drama developed and key players left Chicago behind, Angel Reese played the role of superstar recruiter. Let's examine where the stars actually ended up.
WNBA, the Seattle Storm are sending Jewell Loyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster three-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the second pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a second-round selection from the Sparks.
With Kelsey Plum, the shooter responsible for Las Vegas' consecutive championships, moving to Los Angeles, the Sparks will be even more formidable than Chicago's uncomplicated winning culture. Sorry, Angel, but the actual twist is that they're first-rate amenities and a reliable front desk. Jewell Loyd had the opportunity to travel back to Chicago, which sounds ideal, but after seeing the commotion in the skies, she decided to go to Vegas rather than join AA Wilson Terrible.
According to WNBA Insider, that Illinois native Jewell Loyd will not be going to Chicago Sky. And obviously they didn't keep Kennedy Carter. And it's looking like one player, obviously, that's willing to Chicago across her careers because of her Illinois roots, is Seattle Storm guard Jewell Loyd.
The fantasy becomes even more amazing when Brittany Griner, the unstoppable Olympic center, joins Atlanta. Meanwhile, Alyssa Thomas travels to Phoenix, where a capable front office guarantees a focused direction. No drama, just talent.
Let's talk about the 3 big names you gotta know: Alyssa Thomas, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Griner. Let's start with Brittany Griner, joining Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard in Atlanta. Dream team? Brittany Griner was drafted to Phoenix in 2013, so it's kind of about time, and I'm so excited to see what Atlanta turns around this next season, because they really need it. Phoenix is also losing Natasha Cloud and Beck Allen, along with the number 12 pick overall in this year's draft, to Connecticut. Connecticut is giving up the triple-double queen, Alyssa Thomas, and Ty Harris.
Other teams were secretly making big moves while Angel Reese was busy promoting her intentions for Chicago. Angel was left reeling as players like Kelsey Mitchell, a key target for Chicago, shocked everyone by signing a 1-year Supermax deal with Indiana. This move stung Angel the most because it showed that she was unable to attract top talent despite all the media attention. The Stars not only rejected the Sky, but they also strengthened their rivals.
What's up, everybody? Kelsey Mitchell here, and I'm a Fever girl again. So to my fans, to the basketball world, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. Indy's been good to me, and hopefully I could pour in and give the same. So here's the benefit.
You may believe there is only one player, but things start to change at this point. Mitchell was the ideal fit for Chicago's dire need for a star shooting guard, which led to rumors of her discontent among Indiana fans, and even insider speculation that Mitchell would leave Indiana to join Chicago, with many citing Cheryl's influence in these whispers.
Well, here's where I think they didn't do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
Last season, Mitchell and Clark played more minutes together than any other duo in the league. Their combination produced an astonishing 105.1 points per 100 possessions, demonstrating excellence at the elite level. Kelly C., the president of the Fever, made it apparent that Mitchell is crucial to Indiana's future, highlighting the stark contrast with Chicago's ambiguous course and reaffirming her dedication to the Fever, not Angels or Chicago's vision.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing Kelsey how important she is to the Indiana Fever.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So everything about Kelsey Mitchell is core, right? Core values, her core basketball, everything about her is what we're about. And so there was no way she was going anywhere else but the Indiana Fever. So this is a great day for our franchise. It starts with her. Her legacy continues in an Indiana jersey, and we're off to the races now. So
what does this mean for Angel and the Sky then? It doesn't seem good. While Angel has been concentrating on editing training videos and making audacious claims, other teams, like the Fever, have established something strong. While Clear Vision is a dynamic duo and loyal, the Sky roster is lacking, which causes Reese to scramble through contacts in a panic and highlights larger problems. Beyond appearances on social media.
Trying to give myself some grace because I know I'm not the player that I want to be just yet, but also kind of patting myself on the back, telling myself that I'm still.
In comparison to other WNBA teams' cutting-edge facilities, the Chicago Sky's practice site is absurdly antiquated, practicing in a basement, and their replacement facility won't be ready until 2026, leaving them far behind in a competitive sports environment.
Women should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning where they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest.
But hold on, there's more. Last season, when the Sky were in the running for the playoffs, they had their worst record since 2020, finishing in a dismal 13-27 despite selecting the talented youngster Reese.
So it's just been great being able to see my impact on and off the court, and not just in sports, but just being able to be a cultural impact as well has just been great.
This is when things start to get interesting. Angel Reese may be the cause of the chaos in the Sky locker room, since her presence appears to be turning away talent, as evidenced by Gabby Williams and Kennedy Carter rejecting her recruitment.
The league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
With frequent turnover, the Chicago Sky's front office feels like a revolving door, which only makes the team more unstable. While other clubs are emerging, it's not surprising that free agents are avoiding them. Due to the ongoing struggles of powerhouse rosters, Angel Reese and the team find it difficult to contend. The situation is similar to a slow-motion, inevitable car catastrophe that is hard to ignore.
And I can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media post, but she's very me, always. I, me. Well, you may have a player that has decided that she's had enough of that.
It's time for Angel Reese to demonstrate her star power on the court and in ratings, as she did when she brazenly asserted that people watch for her too much. Reality check. The numbers don't lie.
The year, WNBA players were demanding to be given credit for elevating the league. Angel Reese claimed that she was, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they wanted us to believe that the WNBA was exploding in popularity. They wanted to keep all the credit for themselves while downplaying the impact of the only star in the league, Caitlin.
Imagine a game night at Wintrust Arena where the scene is dominated by empty seats and TV ratings barely register. However, when Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever arrive, the scene completely changes, with standing room only highlighting the unmistakable contrast as Angel Reese dominates with double-doubles. Her personal numbers don't seem to convert into a lot of fans or high attendance. It's obvious that something is lacking beyond the box score when the arena is empty and the ratings are poor.
Now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star.
However, there's more. Keep in mind Angel's highly anticipated, unmatched 3-on-Rel league, where she was expected to do exceptionally well. The viewership figures arrived, and let's just say they're disappointing. Less than 100,000 people watched.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip, nothing. Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups? Not I.
With no other superstars to back her up, Angel Reese must prove she can step up her game and live up to her own hype. Otherwise, she will have to face the harsh reality of a nearly empty arena. Despite her best efforts, it is evident that her individual star power alone is insufficient to turn things around for the struggling Sky. What does this mean for Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky?
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
As the agency of free, will Fallout settles Angel Reese's season is make or break. Despite her audacious claims of creating a super team in Chicago, No stars have joined her. This isn't just about Reese, though. The Chicago Sky's struggles reveal a larger reality in the WNBA. A single player cannot create a championship team on their own. Success necessitates strong management, state-of-the-art facilities, and a cohesive locker room culture, things the Sky currently lacks. The upcoming season will determine whether Reese can turn things around or watch her dreams fade.